Hi, you're with BloombergQuint and I'm Tamanna. Today we're talking about the NASSCOM guidance which has come out. It paints a rosy picture with an estimate of growth of 7 to 8% for exports and 10 to 11% on the domestic front for the IT industry, which is a composite growth of 8 to 9%. Remember, these guidance numbers were due in February but were pushed to June because of uncertainties. We try to find out whether these uncertainties have lifted, and NASSCOM seems pretty optimistic. Let's see if industry analysts share that optimism. And to speak about that, we're joined now by Mr. Bhavin Shah. He's founder of Sameeksha Capital. Mr. Shah, thank you for joining BloombergQuint. In your view, are there enough underlying reasons for NASSCOM to present what is a relatively rosy picture in times of continuing uncertainty?
Well, clearly the growth rate projected by NASSCOM is, below what they projected last year. From their standpoint, they are accepting this trend of decelerating growth for the industry. But yes, in the context of purely looking at the listed Indian IT services space, this growth rate is far above what many of the analysts are expecting, especially the large Indian IT companies, to deliver in terms of growth rate. And we have to understand that NASSCOM number also includes the offshore centers of all the multinational companies in India, but without any clarification from NASSCOM on how the growth rate splits between the multinational companies and the Indian IT companies, it's hard to figure out what they have assumed for these two major components.
Historically, top IT companies have not met NASSCOM's optimism. In your view, will that trend continue, and will there be a downward revision like we saw last year?
Yes, I mean, again, as I said, I don't know what is the contribution of Indian IT companies' growth and the numbers built into this NASSCOM forecast. But prima facie, it does seem to be a bit too on the optimistic side, at least from the point of view of what we think Indian IT companies will do. So there is a risk for downside in that respect.
We spoke with NASSCOM earlier in the day and asked them from what segments do you see most of this growth coming, and they said BFSI will improve, engineering will improve. What is your outlook on these specific segments, and where do you see the growth coming from?
It's going to be hard for me to comment on specific industry segments. Yes, clearly, BFSI is very tech dependent. There are a lot of emerging areas, that are driving new investments in BFSI. So it is, and it's the largest segment for most Indian IT companies. So it is conceivable that BFSI remains one of the main growth drivers. But I won't really get into that granularity defining specific to different industries.
Fair enough. If I can ask you a broader question, in looking at the challenges the IT industry face, what do you foresee in a short to medium term future, and where are the biggest challenges coming from?
Well, facing the industry is their current size, and related to that, the market. These companies have achieved certain size. The industry as a whole has achieved certain size, from that standpoint, market itself is not growing much, especially with penetration of technology in the size of the budgets that companies already have on technology. The deflationary trends that are setting in the industry, and the overall economic growth, both real and nominal, that we are experiencing on a global basis. So that is the biggest challenge, and then within that there are other challenges.
Just a word from you on the numbers they projected for new employees being added. They have projected 1.3 to 1.5 lakh new employees. They did not give us a breakup of how many domestically and how many onshore. But do you agree with this projection, and what are the factors you would look out for?
Well, I think obviously this number is lower than what the industry hired last year. So in that respect, at least directionally, it seems to make sense given what broadly we are experiencing. I guess within that, what we would want to look out for is uh, basically the individual companies, what as the year progresses, how their hiring is progressing, and also if there are any significant layoffs that come our way.
What are the risk factors or the events you would look out for the IT industry? We, of course, have an upcoming visit where Prime Minister Modi will meet President Trump. Is that one event you will watch out for? And what are the other factors that you will watch out for in the year to come?
Well, I think we would like to see Indian IT companies establish strong presence at least in some industry verticals by way of a widely accepted platform. One of the important trends that a wrote about many years back was that because of the arrival of cloud and other factors, uh, there is going to be a trend towards so-called platform solutions. So it is like having one standard solution useful to large number of companies within one industry that is available on cloud. And in this area, companies such as Accenture have really established early lead. So whether or not any Indian IT company is able to demonstrate some leadership, maybe in one of the industry verticals, that is the one thing we want to clearly watch out for. Obviously, the industry is dependent on the currency. They've benefited a lot from generally depreciating rupee over last few years, but of late, the rupee obviously has moved in a different direction. So we would obviously continue to pay attention to the currency as well.